What's going on, gang? So today's video is all about setting up the hybrid system. What do I actually use? What is activated? What isn't activated when we're talking about the hybrid system indicator on TradingView? Now I'm going to show you how to get it downloaded, where you get it from, and then I'm going to recommend a few settings that I use on my live streams because I don't always have the same settings, but I will give you a general look on the best setup for you so that it's clear on the chart so you can actually make sense of it. Because when you add everything to the hybrid system, it can get a little bit confusing. So if you are new, this is a video for you when it comes to getting the hybrid system set up and the recommended settings that I think will help you in your trading. So let's get with the program, gang. So we're taking it back to the old school way. No face Tino. Happy days. In front of you is TradingView. And without the hybrid system, this is what most of you will be looking at. So how do we get access to the hybrid system? First things first. Make your way over to the Traders Reality website. So this is for anyone who is brand new. Go to the info tab, scroll down. You see it says join the Discord. It's free. Get yourself involved in the Traders Reality community. But here we have the hybrid system indicator. Down below, you can see it says click here for TradingView hybrid system. Once you click that, it will bring you to this page. Now, the page shows that it's the Traders Reality main by Traders Reality. An alternative way of activating this is going over to TradingView, click the indicators and type Traders Reality main. And you'll be presented with this one right here. It has to say Traders Reality as the name at the end. Once you see that, favorite it, click it, and then it will come onto your charts. And this is what it would look like. That's with all of the settings triggered on the hybrid system. Everything. Now it looks a little bit busy, but I'm going to show you what I actually have set up and the reasoning for it. So if you are new and you're wondering, what is this indicator? What are these candlesticks? What are these green lines? What is this madness? I strongly recommend you go over and take this free course. This free course right here is on the Traders Reality website. Click courses and it will be called Breaking Down the Hybrid System. It's 1 hour and 10 minutes long. Quite a few people have enrolled into this, and all you need to do is just go through all of these modules. They explain to you all of the settings on the hybrid system. So if you go back to the chart and you're wondering what on earth is the M levels or the resistant levels, or what's this range daily high? What's the psychological levels down here? What's this blue line here? What's the 50 EMA? What's the 200 EMA? Why should I have this? How do you put it? How do you plot? You'll have a lot of questions, but most of the questions will be answered in this free course. Take it. It's going to cover everything. There are PDFs, absolutely everything that you need regarding the hybrid system. And I strongly recommend that you take advantage of it because there's PDFs as well on the vector candles, on the market makers, the patterns, everything. So take this and then come back to the charts. Now, when it comes to the New York lives that I do, I don't have everything activated. When you go over to the Traders Reality settings tab here, there is going to be quite a few things that I will deactivate because I don't need them. But if you want to use them and it sits in line with the way you trade, then there's nothing wrong in utilizing that. I personally don't use the M levels. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. You might be a pivot trader, so the M levels are going to be serving you. If you want to know what the M levels are, go and take the module on the free course. It's there, M levels, pivot levels. So that's going to help you understand how to read the pivot levels in the chart. I personally don't have them activated. So I will go into the settings, as you can see here, and I will get rid of the show the M levels. I'll also get rid of the resistant levels. I don't need them. Get rid of extend lines, scroll down. The next set of settings is show the high, low, daily, and the weekly. Now, that makes reference to these lines here. The blue line, which is the dailies, the daily high, And this right here is the daily low. Any of the lines above are the daily highs. Any of the lines below are the daily lows. Okay, we have exactly the same for the weekly as well. Now, I sometimes have these activated depending on what price is doing. Okay, so if I start to see price making a move up, I'm going to have a look at what the high low daily range is, and of course what the weekly range is, and see if price is close towards it or has it already activated it. Once I've identified that, I get them removed off my chart. But most of the time, I keep the weekly ranges on. But sometimes, depending on how Bitcoin moves, I don't really need to have them because it's so compressed sometimes that it kind of makes it a little bit messy on my chart. So the best practice, in my opinion, is to just activate these when you're starting your trading day, identify the previous day high and low, identify the weekly high and low, and then just remove them from the indicator. The next setting that I do actually have is the ADR. This is the average daily range, okay? And if you want to understand what that is, go back, take the free course, and just do this module here on the ADR. I have that activated. And that is presented over here. When you look in the chart on Solana, all the way at the top right there, it says high ADR. That is the average daily range. When you have this activated, it shows you the average daily range for the high, and it also shows you the average daily range for the low right there. Now, you also get the option to have the average weekly range and the average monthly range. Again, depending on how the asset has been behaving, I will always activate them if I see volatility. But if I don't really see the volatility, there's no point in me having the average monthly range or the average weekly range because price action is compressed. So it's just going to distort my charts. But as a common rule, it's good to have it, say, for example, with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin at best of times can be volatile. Scroll down. The ones that I do actually have activated are the range daily high and low. These are what I have active every single day. These are very important ranges, okay? And I always use the daily open calculation. Again, go back into the course and it will discuss the range daily highs, range daily lows within the average daily range and the average weekly range. It's all in there for you. Scrolling down, we've got some other settings. You've got the ADR table, which shows you this up here. This really is good at telling me how likely Bitcoin is going to be moving to a number of pips. So what is a pip? Well, it's the smallest change in price. And you can see here, Solana's that I've got right here, Solana has 644.93 pips as its average daily range. So from the current price point, if Solana were to move all the way up to $161.47, it would have achieved an average of 644.93 pips. Now, how is it such a large figure? Well, it takes the smallest change in price. So that means when you see this number right here go from 38 to 39, that is the change in price. That's the smallest change. From 39 to 40, for example, that will be 1 pip. There you go. It's just changed to 1 pip. Okay? It's the same for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's reading is a little bit more bigger. So if we go over to Bitcoin, you can see that the average daily range, we'll remove all that. The average daily range for Bitcoin is 197,648.43 pips. That means the smallest change in price. So from 27 to 28 or 30 or down 30, that's the change in pips, okay? Now, you can have that active, but if you've got the ADR range itself activated, you don't necessarily need the box, okay? I just have it there just for the guys in the live streams that might want to monitor it. But you don't always have to have it there. So always maintain the range daily high and low and keep it at the use daily open calculation. Now, we also have the range weekly high and low. This I do have activated. It's important for me. Why? Well, let's just zoom out a second on Bitcoin. I can see that that is the high range week. I can see that is the low range week. So Bitcoin could go all the way down here and it would have achieved its range weekly low. It can move all the way up towards this point and it would have achieved its range weekly high. These are important areas of support and resistance. Again, this is explained in the course. Going back into the settings, scroll all the way down, we can see that the daily open line, that will always be open. I'll always have that activated. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Show vector candle zones. That's this stuff right here. Now, if you are a beginner to the hybrid system, you might want to see where are the vector candle recovery points. Now, of course, this is something that was additionally added to the hybrid system when we came onto TradingView. I never had this. I had to manually do it. And it gets you into the practice of things. I would always have to get a box on MT4 and draw it across. And that would be me setting up my levels for the hybrid system. But you can activate it and you can deactivate it. Okay, so we go into that setting. And if you say, get rid of this, click that, it will remove the vector candle zones. Okay, there it is. So the chart's starting to clean up a little bit. But you don't have to have it, but you can have it. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally don't use it because I'm familiar with the vector candles. I know what I'm going to be expecting, but visually for someone else, they might want that because it helps them understand the way the vectors could effectively be recovered. Okay. Scroll down. Now we have the market sessions. Okay. Now you can see here that we've got different version of the market sessions themselves, and you've got the labels showing you when the session's going to open. So if we just zoom in, you can see right there, it says EU Brinks, US Brinks, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Sydney, and London. Now, when you're starting out, this might actually serve you to help you understand what session you are in. You might hear me saying to everybody, wait for the Hong Kong session, or wait for the London session, wait for New York. In the settings themselves, it will give you that option to activate those. So you go show market sessions, you can click that, and it will show you the actual session as a dashed line. Okay. Now, there is another indicator that you can use if you want to see the exact sessions that I use on the live streams. If you go into TradingView and type traders, and it brings up all this information here, what you need to do is click Traders Reality MT4 sessions. When you click that, it will activate the sessions, but the MT4 style. Okay. On top of that, it will also reactivate the settings of the hybrid system. So what you want to do is you want to go back into that, go to the settings and deactivate absolutely everything. You don't need it twice. Just get rid of absolutely everything, because you've already got it on the hybrid system Traders Reality main. Okay, go down, get rid of show vector candle zones, get rid of the override color, and keep the market sessions on. Okay, now once you've done that, go back into the main, click the settings, scroll all the way down and remove the market sessions here. Once you've clicked that, it will then get rid of the ones that were already in the main. So now you have got effectively the sessions that we make reference to during the live streams. So this is what the hybrid system looks like, but there's something that I actually remove. If you go over to the TR MT4 sessions, click the settings, scroll all the way down to where it says the New York session. I remove the New York session, but I keep the Brinks box for the US session activated. When you click that, that's what your chart starts to look like. Now, the New York Brinks, if you zoom in, is identified. Go into a smaller time frame, you'll be able to see it. On the 5-minute time frame, you can see the following. Here is the Asian session. Here is the UK Brinks box. And here is the US Brinks box. And then whatever time until the next Asian session will effectively be the New York session. So better view will be like this. Asian session, UK Brinks box, the US Brinks box, and then we go into the whole of the US session, and then you've got the start of a new Asian session. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I have active on my chart. And that's exactly how I've got the settings in the actual live streams themselves. So there you have it, gang. That's the settings that I actually use on the New York live stream and alongside my trading. I want to try and keep it as little as possible so that I can spend more time focusing on how the candlesticks are evolving around specific areas. Now, you can have all of the indicators activated on the hybrid system, but you don't need to. Remember, try and eliminate as many decisions as possible so that you can spend time focusing on the trade when it's live. Other than that, guys, if you've got any questions, please fire them down below and I'll be able to get them answered for you. Okay? Mad love and respect, gang. Take care of yourselves and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.